in collectibles across the board, whether it's a comic book, whether it's a sports card, a stamp, you name it, or even our category coins. The mantra is quality, quality, quality. And as we rise ourselves through that and see better and better and better quality, the answer is what? The price changes drastically every step of the way. How many versus how few, we talk about that all the time. Well, tonight we have an end of an era coin, the branch mints that struck it, and when you hear the actual numbers on these two, there's a reason why it's the first time you've seen it here on America's Value Channel in over 2 years. Here we go. So the Morgan dollar is struck from 1878 to 1904, 27 consecutive years. Then we had this pause, and it was supposed to be over. But in the middle of World War I, the English needed some help monetarily. We could not send them Morgan dollars because our word, United States of America, is on the back. They knew where the silver came from. They needed help with silver in India. The certificates, silver certificates, were not being backed. They were being turned in. So the Pittman Act is passed, and we melt 60% of all of our original Morgans. And then when the war is over, we petition to have a new silver dollar struck, the peace dollar. But we're fighting over what the reverse should look like. And it's finally settled. But in the meantime, the U.S. Mint had the authority to go back and restrike the Morgan. We had all this silver left. We had to do something with it. So in 1921, a 17-year gap from 1904, we bring the Morgan dollar back for one more hurrah. 3 mints that year, Philadelphia and San Francisco, but then we add in the Denver mint, this coin, and it's the only Denver minted Morgan dollar from the original 28 years. Great sidebar on it, and we'll get back to it as well. So we make the Morgan dollar like it's going out of style in 1921. I mean, 50 million coins where we're looking at in Philadelphia, and then Denver and San Francisco were up there too, 21.6 and 20.3 million coins. But we have this conversation on a regular basis, and I keep on bringing us back to the basics. The more you strike of something, the quality is always diminished, right? It just is. If you're slapping like crazy to get these coins out of there, it's not about quality. We know that. But we want quality. I know that too. So when you slow down and strike, you expect to see the quality, and then you go from there. Well, if you look at these coins, you can go to a coin show and do the Great American Coin Hunt, and I love it. I hope you can still do so. You're going to find one thing that's quite odd. There are no branch mint 21s, no branch mint 21s in 63 or higher condition. Even though it's the last Morgan dollar ever made, even though they're out there uncirculated and circulated in capsules, but there are no certified. And for $20, you get the certification. It's just when you do the $20, you can't get the grades you want because they don't exist. Tried that and failed many, many a times. A few of you have as well. But then you see the actual numbers. If you go to PCGS's website, proof is in the pudding. All right? For the last 40 plus years, they log every coin. A VF20, an AU 53, a Mint State 65, or a Mint State 63. They log every coin. So then you have a 40-year history of 5 million Morgan dollars going through their system. And the number in 63 or higher, which is 63, 64, 65, all added together. Ultra quality. That fraction of a percent known to exist today, 100 plus years later. Here are the numbers for these two coins. And it is outright wow. 15,568. 19,898 that are in this condition. By the way, there's over 400,000 81S's. By the way, there's over 150,000 040s. By the way, 85 P's, 250,000. 83 O's, 125,000. 85 O's, 300,000. And those are coins that have lesser mintages, but they have survived, which is wonderful for us. So it's not only having the end of the era, the bookend, it's having it in the right grade. These, again, 15,000 out of 21.6 million. 19,000 out of 20.3 million. And again, it's not like we just made these yesterday and they haven't caught up to us yet. These were made 100 years ago. Been certified for 40 years, and these are still our numbers. My competition for coins and capsules. Uncirculated mint state 60s, 4 grades less. They are at $189 and $199 respectively. The D's a little bigger of a premium because it's the only Denver Morgan from the vintage era. When you get to 63 grade, $384. How about that jump? So we're way over $100 less. Now, you're also noticing something here. All of our certified Morgans, Peace Towers, etc., are blast white beauties like they were made yesterday. This deal that we bought, where these coins came from, one deal, we kicked out over 60% of the coins because they just didn't look right. Eye appeal, as we know, is everything today, which is why Sight White, CAC, and all these other secondary services survive. I want the best looking coin and I want the grade to match. These are both. Guys, give me a 1 minute clock. So every once in a while we get the fun of talking about something we haven't talked about in a long time. For me, I've been doing this since the late 1880s. Yeah, I wish. The late 1980s. So we're talking about multiple decades, talking on the air just like I'm doing right now. I had hair back then. It's just what it is when you get older, right? And I can count probably on both of my hands how many times I talked about 21 S's, 21 D's, certified, and 3 holders. That's the marvel of it all. You just don't see them. And again, mintages is one thing. Certified populations, the secret. That is the powerful secret. I wish more of you would look at yourself personally, because it tells you the difference between coins. They all are not the same, and tonight these are 2 very special pieces, the end of the era. Let me throw you this curveball though. So in 2021, for the 100th anniversary, San Francisco and Denver were launched on August 3rd. They sold out at 175,000 coins. Instantly, I think it was like 4 or 5 minutes. And today, those 175,000 brand new coins sell for more money than either of these 2 do, and these are 15,000 and 19,000 known to exist in this quality, respectively. That's the difference. Thanks for listening.